different background. Few of you are from freshers, so who just graduated from the college. Few of you just have a knowledge of networking, but they want to learn Python, as well as they want to also grow in the automation field. Few of you those have a knowledge of other programming languages and they want to shift to the Python with the help of network. So you are on the right place. Here, what we are going to do is we are going to deliver a Python knowledge as well as the network automation. It means that how we can automate our network devices in our day-to-day network work, right? So what then? Okay, we are a network engineers, right? We are not a Python developers. We are not developing a course, actual course in a Python. Then what is the difference between network engineer and the Python developer? Let me explain that first. This is the Python developer, and suppose we are here, that is network engineer, right? So where we are going to automate our network. So Python developer used to write a bulk of code for us, just like 100 lines of code they used to write for us, right? So being a network engineer, what we need to do is we just need to use this entire 100 lines of code to automate our network devices, right? We do not need to write this 100 lines of code and automate our devices. What we just need to use, the code is already written by the Python developers. We just need to use this concept, or we just need to use this module or the library, right? Module or the library for our automation task, right? So this is the exact difference in between Python developer and the network engineers. Okay, now the next part is where we need a network automation. Suppose you got a task to take a backup of 500 devices in your organization, right? With this 500 device backup of 500 devices, with what? We need to save the backup of 500 devices in text format, TXT format, could be in Excel format, with the host name of the device. I mean, the name of the file should be host name, right? So for that, what we can use automation, right? We all knows for taking a backup of at least 1 or 5 devices, it could take, for one device it could take 5 minutes to log into the device, to enter the credentials, to hit the commands and all, right? We could need 5 minutes to take a backup of one device. Then what about 500 devices? For this, we can use automation. We can automate our task, right? And we can do this particular task within a minute, right? So within 1 minute, we can take all the backup of this 500 devices and we can store this backup into our particular format, whatever format that you want, that we're going to study in our further classes, right? So what are the advantages now? We can save our time, right? Then reusability. What is my reusability? Is that the process that you are going to follow for one device, always you're going to follow the same process to log into the device, enter the show run configuration command. This will be a repetitive task, so we can avoid that repetitive task, right? While doing automation, what we just need to do, we just need to write one single code, right, which will give all the backup of this 500 devices. I hope I'm clear with the first reason why we need to automate our network. Let's move ahead. This is something about me. I have 8+ years of experience in network domain, right? And I did PCEP, which is Python Certified Entry Level Programming. Then CCNA, you all know, guys. Automation Anywhere, which is robotics process automation, right? Then AWS, and recently I have certified a cyber warrior. right? Along with that, I am giving a training for network automation since 2.5 years. So I hope this is clear with you guys. Let me move ahead and let's start with why network automation. Okay, so guys, there are particular things where we have to use this network automation. So what is the exact use of network automation? First, we need to use the network automation for configuring the devices, right? So if you need to configure any device, you need to use the network automation to save your time, to save a repetitive task, which will going to automate. Now, what is the second use? The second use is managing, right? What is meant by managing? Managing is like, we all knows our organization is paying a huge cost to the monitoring devices, right? Managing, or we can say monitoring, right? Our organization is paying a huge cost to that monitoring device. Suppose one interface goes down, that will gives you the alert. Oh, this interface gone down, right? So for that, just like SolarWinds, we have SolarWinds for monitoring, suppose, right? We have to pay the cost. We can automate this entire monitoring process via Python, right? Which is free of cost. We need not need to pay the cost to the SolarWinds, right? We can automate those things. Now, third is monitoring. We did testing, right? Although we used to test our network, we all are working in 24/7 domain, right? We used to test our network regularly, right? We need to test our devices. If it could be like just the reason of vulnerability, right? We could need to upgrade that device. So for that, you can use the Python. Now the fourth part is, suppose if there are the if the interface goes down, or there are P1 situation, the priority one situation, and on that situation you just need to check logs of the device, right? For checking a logs, checking any facts in our network automation, we used to call as facts, which includes all, which include your health checkup, health checkup of the devices, which include your logs, which includes your interface status and all. So here we call as facts. So for checking of facts, we can use our network automation skills to give you a very fast result or very fast update to your management during the priority calls. Now let's move ahead for the for next reason, right? Okay, see guys, here there is a live example in front of you. Suppose you have a switch with you, right? And this is the WAN switch. You need to monitor one interface, right? Suppose there is one interface, you need to monitor this interface, and this is a very important interface, or WAN interface you can say, right? Here you got to know there are errors in the input errors, right? On the interfaces. See, there are the input errors on the interfaces. Then what you're going to do, you are going to reset the counters, you are going to what? Going to unplug the interface, plug it back and all, right? So when you got to know there are errors, you didn't get any error, you didn't get any notification for that. So for here, what you can do is you can automate this stuff. What you can do is you can give a count, right? Exact count, that till how many errors that it is fine to accept. Apart from that, from if let's take an example, you have assigned a count of suppose 100 errors, up to 100 errors is fine. But if the errors will increase, you need to shut the interface. So here there is a program to shut the interface. What you can do is you can just write a code that, okay, if the error counters is too high, then shut down the interface, right? So you need to log into the device, check the interface status, then check the errors, and then reset the counters. Here you can, rather than shutting, you can reset the counters. You can get the email from via Python, right? On your email address, whatever the email that you have, you can write it over here, right? So this is a exact topology, we can say we have to build with the help of Python, right? So this is a one example. Let's move ahead. Now, dealing with Python is like the same that we are dealing with day-to-day work. What we have to do, the major disadvantages, human error. What is human error, right? So human error is like, guys, you have, suppose there's 6 devices. In the example, you have 6 devices, right? You need to configure or you need to upgrade this entire 6 device. By mistake, you have pushed any different image on any of the switch, right? So it could give you the error, right? While creating the VLAN, rather than creating interface VLAN 2, you have an IP address, you just write 3, and the IP address will be the same for VLAN 2. Then there's a human error. To avoid this human error, we can use Python automation, right? And although in the first time I also in the first slide I told you that we can use Python for what? Python for saving a time, right? Here the example, you can have a look of this example. Here, suppose I need to perform this task. I need to give host name to the switches, I need to go to the interface, I need to provide the IP address and the VLANs and all, right? You need to allow the VLANs for this particular interface, or you need to create VLAN, right? That's a different step. Okay, for single device, how much time it will take? Let's take a list amount of time. Let's take, suppose I need to go to the device, need to go to the interface status, go to the IP address given to the VLAN. Let's take, it could take 5 minutes of time. What about 6 devices, right? It could almost take 30 minutes. This is a list timing, right? So for that, to avoid this entire thing, what we can do is we can automate this entire 6 devices. We just need to write one code to give this particular IP address details, host name and all, right? And during this one code, we will get our input or output for with all the configuration on all the switches within a minute. We have our labs with you, so I'll show you how to do it, right? So this is a major advantage for reducing a human error. Let's move ahead now. Okay, suppose, as I told you that we are dealing with P1 calls, our priority calls, right? So, and you got a notification that few of the users which are sitting over here is not getting an internet connection. At the general step, what you can do is you can just log into the nearby switch. You can just go to, you will just follow the usual procedure, right? You'll just take a MAC address of that user, and then you'll follow the procedure that where the switch is located and all, right? Let's move ahead, and these are a general step. Okay, after dealing with this, we'll go to here again. We'll trace the MAC address of that. Again, we'll check the interface, on which interface it is, and then we'll move to this switch. Or here, I'm here now, and I got, okay, this is my port which is down right now, right? And we need to check the logs and all. But what if it took almost 10 minutes to check all the details, go to the 3 switches and all? What is the solution for it? We have a solution that we can automate our entire network with the help of Python. It means that as soon as you get a priority calls, what you can do is you can just run the script. After running a script, you will get a status of each and every device, right? So from that, you can identify which interface is down right now, right? With the help of MAC address as well. You just need to write your code according to your preference, right? So this is what the magic of automation, right? And although we all can understand the time required to go to the each and every switches, which is less rather than running a single script, right? And you can update to your priority calls as well. Let's move ahead now. Okay, That's fine. We have learned the automation task and all, how to automate, what are the advantages. Let's say what Cisco says about our network automation. So guys, this is what the Cisco says. We'll not go in much theoretical part. We have practicals to cover. First is up to 95% of network changes done today changes today are done manually, right? Okay, that's fine. We all are in the network domain, and we all knows that up to 95% or 90% of changes that we are going to do in our organization is doing manually. We are also doing, we are performing upgrades manually. We are taking a backups manually. We are sending a details. We are adding access list, adding our protocols, adding each and every what BGP, OSPF, and all manually. What if we could automate those, right? It will take a minute to send the entire commands, a list of commands, let's say thousands of commands within a minute, right? So this will be a much better way to automate our devices. Now, second thing, what Cisco says. Now, manual changes leads to configuration error and inconsistency in the network. Obviously, if you are performing any manual changes to the network devices, it could gives you an error. Suppose you have 4 switches with you, right? We have 4 switches with 2 are from a different model. Let's say these are the Nexus switches, and these are our Catalyst switches, right? And you need to perform 2 changes at a single time. You need to upgrade this all entire 4 switches at a single time. By mistakenly, what you have did is you have started the pushing image with the Nexus image to the Catalyst switches. What you'll get an error, right? While doing it, although it could save in the memory of the switches, right? But via Python, if you're going to automate it, prior to entering to this device, you will get a notification. Although you have to create your own code, actually, you will get a notification. No, this particular image is not supported by the switches, right? So on that way, you can reduce your time as well as your errors that in the live environment. Now, the third point is what? Expanding network changes at the scale to be problematic. Obviously, that suppose you need to perform, take a same example, you need to perform the iOS upgrades on these switches, right? So automation doesn't mean, guys, just to automate the task, right? It is not like that. You need to take care of a worse situation as well. Say you have upgraded this entire switch, and if the switch will not come up, then what will be the result? Obviously, the result will be the switch could go in a Roman mode, right? And then again, we need to take a console and we need to configure that switch. So this all the task that you are going to do with the Python, right? The Python will say that, oh, this is the issue, and that is the reason the switch will go to the Roman mode now, and you need to call to your field technician, which is there in front of that switch, to take the console of that switch, right? So this is what the if you are expanding network changes, it can be problematic manually. Now the network downtime and non-remote troubleshooting time are decremental. What is mean by that? Suppose you have your WAN routers, guys, right? And here there are, suppose, ISPs which is connected, right? And I have configured the BGP on this router. What you can do is, suppose this interface will goes down, right? This neighborship, the BGP neighbor will goes down. What you can do is you'll get a P1 call. That is the first statement, or that will be the first step in your live environment, right? Because the users will not going to use the internet. So what your troubleshooting step will be? You have to check each and every data center's WAN router, right? Although you'll get alert, but that will be the next step. Prior to that, you need to check the configuration of the routers, that which interface goes down. For that, what you can do is you can automate this two routers, the WAN routers. If this interface anyways will goes down, you need to get first email. See guys, the emailing and all stuff that you need to configure to with your program code, right? Then after receiving an email, or rather you can just write a single code prior to the situation, and at the time of this situation you can run your code and get all the BGP status with a one go for all the devices, so which could save your time to give the update to the priority one call. So that's it about how to use, or what are the major advantage of network automation, right? So let's move ahead with just a single part of Python. So guys, this is the developer of the Python. Python developed by Guido van Rossum, which is usually called GVR, in 1991. See, 1991 Python has developed, right? In 1999, Python has opened for all the users, right? And it has become one of the most popular language in the world in 2006, right? In 2006, it has almost few of the users had already started the use of Python, right? So let's move ahead. This is a chart of open source language uh, platform, and we can say a PYPL, a popularity of the programming language test, and this is a rank of the programming languages. So you can see guys, Python is on first number, right? And that is the reason that why many organizations right now are required to learn, required employees to just have a look of the Python, just learn the Python first. See guys, this is the much popular websites now, just like YouTube, just like Mozilla, just like Google, just like Dropbox, Quora. These are all the websites are now change their programming background to the Python, right? And it could affect more, right? And that's the reason we all are learning Python now, because this big organization has already started the coding in the Python. Let's move ahead. Okay, now we have learned how to automate the device. We have learned what are the advantages of the learning Python or network automation, all the stuff. But what is the need? What are the prerequisites to run this or Python code and all? First, we have to use a Python software, not software, application, right? So which is free of cost. You need not need to pay anything to the Python. It will be free of cost. Now, there are two versions of Python, which is 2.0, which is 3, or the another is 3.0. So here in our particular platform, we are not going to use 2.0 because it's an older version. Right now, all are dealing with 3.0, and 3.10.1, it's a latest version, right? And in the class, I'm gonna show you that how to download the Python, from where you can download it, what are the steps that you need to follow while downloading the Python. Now, second is known as IDE. What is IDE means? IDE, it's a platform where you can run your Python code more easily, right? It's a structured base of application where it will give you easiest way to run your Python code. So what are the application that you have in what are the IDEs that you have where you can run your Python code? First is PyCharm. Second, we have MS Visual, right? Third, we have Atom. Fourth, we have Ideally, right? Fifth, we have Sublime Text. See, there are multiple guys. Sixth, we have Colab, Google Colab, and Notepad++ as well, right? So these are the IDE that which is required to run our Python code. Now, the third step and the most important step, obviously, we need to perform the network automation. So we could need our network devices, right? So for network devices concern, we are going to use GNS3, right? And second is EVE, right? For those who have a GNS3, who want to go with GNS3, they can. For those who have enough RAM, they can move with EVNG. Don't worry, Here in our classes, I'll show you how to configure both of them. So here in our class, what are you going to use? We are going to use Python 3.0. As the IDE purpose, we are going to use PyCharm, and in the network devices concern, we are going to use both GNS3 for few practicals, CVNG for few practicals. So it will give you the perfect idea that how this both will work, right? So this is what we have in IDE. Now, I just told you that there are two versions. So here you just need to download a few modules, right? After downloading the Python, you need to download few modules to your system. That we're gonna see in the first lecture, how to download and how to run the Python code. Okay, so guys, without wasting time, there is a time of lab, but prior to that, I'll have to show you what are the syllabus in our class we are going to cover. Okay, so guys, we have 5 modules with us, right? So let me tell you that first. We have 5 modules with us. As I hope that you already have seen the syllabus, but let me explain one more time. The first module, which includes the Python basics plus Python advanced, right? So we'll not here just like Python developers. We'll just learn Python, whatever which is needed to automate our network devices, right? So this will cover, the first module will cover that. What the second module will cover? Second module will cover the libraries, the useful libraries to automate our network devices. We have 4 libraries plus multi-threading. The fifth one is multi-threading. It is not a library, this is a concept actually. The 4 libraries that we have. Now, the second is, now the sixth is how to deal with Excel files, right? How to save, how to store your entire data or entire configuration, entire facts, right? So I hope you're clear with facts now. Entire facts in an Excel file, right? This is what the second module consists of. Now, in the third module, we are dealing with ASA firewalls. How to automate ASA firewall, how to get configuration from ASA firewall, right? Now, the fourth is Palo Alto. Now, for Palo Alto, and fifth is F5. For those all two, we have to use the API, right? So we're gonna learn what is API, where the API could use, right? And how to deal with Palo Alto and F5 firewalls with the help of APIs. So we're gonna study that. Let's have a look of our network syllabus, and I hope that you'll get a much better idea from that. So this is what the first step is, overview of Python, right? Almost we have covered in our demo lecture. I'm going to repeat in our main lecture as well. So here, installation of the softwares and the labs, that what are the softwares that we need. So Python installation, PyCharm installation, GNS3 installations and all. Now we're going to study fundamentals. What are the general fundamentals? What are the variable? What are data types and all? Now we're going to see Python data types. What are the data types that we have? Numbers, strings, how to deal with operators. Now the major part is functions. So guys, function will cover you almost, if you learn this type, it will cover almost your 40%. Right? So you will study what are the function, what are the arguments in the function, how to call function, how to declare that function. So we're gonna study that. Now the comparison of list, tuple, dictionary. This will cover you next 40% part, right? So tuple and all, you need to study that, and we're gonna use, because we need to deal with multiple devices. Here we are not going to deal with a single device. We have to deal with multiple devices. Now operators will also help you in that. So it will gonna cover your almost 5%, right? Operators. And here you have to deal with the statement. Just now we saw, right? If the particular errors will go too high, shut the interface. So it will cover in this part, if, else if, and if elif. So it will cover your next 10%. So sorry. And the remaining part will cover in this loops, inbuilt modules, right? How to deal with files. So it will cover in that. Sorry. Now let's move to we have one part remaining, which is API. So we're gonna cover API. What are the APIs? How to use API? How to call that API? How to write a particular code? Right? We're gonna study that. Now, as I told you, module 2 will include 4 libraries. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Okay. So we have 4 libraries with us. Name as telnetlib. How to telnet to our devices. Although it's an less secure part, but we have to study how we can automate with the help of telnet. Now, Paramiko, which is how we can do SSH to the device. Second is NetMiko. It's the same how we can do SSH to the device, right? But this is a most advanced library rather than Paramiko. Now NAPAM, which is although Telnetlib, Paramiko, and NetMiko is it now pretty, we can say a few years back, we are using this, but right now we move to NAPAM. So most of the network automator use NAPAM in the day-to-day task to automate the devices. Now, as I told you, multi-threading. Suppose there are 500 devices and you need to start your script at a single time, right? So whatever the time the one device will gonna take, suppose this device will gonna take 10 seconds, right? So all the 500 devices, guys, will take only 10 seconds. So this is the logic, or this is the power of multi-threading that we're gonna see. Now, how to handle with Excel file, how to get the facts, how to save the facts in the Excel file, what is the version, what are the different types of devices, what is the type of devices, what are the running configuration and all, we're gonna see that in Excel handling. Now, ASA module 3 name as ASA. So we use ASA to we can automate this ASA with the help of our network automation, with the help of Python. Actually, we'll study how to configure, how to deal with ASA files, how to configure the ASA, how to fetch the configuration from the ASA and all, right? Now, module 4 is Palo Alto. Now here for module 4 and module 5, we have to deal with API. Now these are the theoretical type. We're gonna see what is my XML APIs and all, how to install the framework in Palo Alto, how to configure the Palo Alto REST with the help of REST APIs and all, right? So we're gonna see that in module 4. Now module 5 consists of F5. Now how we can integrate F5 with the help of API, Python API, we're gonna see that in our day-to-day classes. So this is, guys, if the automation is like, it is not like you have to do actual programming here, right? Being a network engineer, if you don't have any programming basics, if you don't have programming knowledge prior, you can jump in it, right? What we are going to cover is we will clear your entire doubt, just like basic doubts, right? So if you learn these basics, you can automate any device, you can automate any firewalls, right? So the first thing is basics, and the second thing is your logic, how you have to create your program, right? We're gonna see that in our labs. So without wasting time, let's move to the lab and let's give you the actual live lab, right? So prior to that, let me show you our lab. See, guys, this is our lab. So here what I did is I have connected a multi-layer switches. So this is the topology, right? And here I have created few routers. I have assigned ASA firewalls to this switch. So right now I just want to show you for two devices only. This is the one switch, this is the second switch, right? So I just turn on these two switches. So we're gonna see how to automate these two switches now. So let me go to PyCharm. So guys, see, as I told you in our class, we're going to use a PyCharm as your IDE. So first, before to that, I told you what is the difference between Python developer and network automation engineer. So guys, Python developer has already created a libraries for you, right? 100 lines of library. That is telnetlib. We just saw in our syllabus, which is what NetMiko, Paramiko, and all. Being a network engineer, we have to use this library, right? But writing code is important. right? Calling the particular function or using the code of this library is important. This is the reason we have to study how the network automation works. So here we are using NetMiko library, right? In this program to automate our device. So here, first, we need to tell this PyCharm or the Python that I want to import a data from this NetMiko library, right? So for that, I need to tell the Python from NetMiko, import connect handler. So what is connect handler? Guys, connect handler is a class. We're gonna see what is class, what is objects in our day-to-day classes. Right now, I'm just giving you a brief idea. So in the NetMiko file, let me write this way. This is a NetMiko file which is created by Python developer. The name of the file is what? NetMiko. Here, there could be multiple functions and classes, right? And here there is one class named as connect handler, right? So what is the connect handler will do? Connect handler will deals with our device. Will connect to our device using SSH, right? The code is already written by the Python developer. We just need to use this particular thing, and how to use it, that we're gonna see. Here, what I'm writing is from NetMiko, right? From NetMiko file, import the connect handler. I do not want this entire lines of code in my this code, because if I import each and every line, so my program will get slow, right? I don't want to deal with each and every 100 lines or 1000 lines of my code. I just want this particular class. So here, and hence I'm writing from NetMiko import connect handler. But guys, see, NetMiko is like we need to install NetMiko library manually in the Python, right? It is not like if you install Python, it will come automatically in your database. So how to install that? Just the installing any of the library or any of the module in Python is very simple. Just go to command prompt, and here just write pip install NetMiko, right? If you hit enter, after hitting enter, the NetMiko library will gonna store or will gonna download automatically. Right now, it is showing to me that requirement already satisfied. It means that I already have the library installed, right? Now, what I'll do, I need to check how many libraries that I have in my database. So how to check that? Pip list. We're gonna give you entire list of libraries. See guys, this is the list of libraries, and here there should be a NetMiko library we have. Let me check where is that NetMiko. Here. See guys, 3.4.0 NetMiko we already installed prior, right? Okay. Now it is showing to me that it is already installed, but still I am getting these red lines. It means it's an error, right? If you hit over here in PyCharm, you can see unresolved name, right? Now, if we run this code, let's run this code. How to run it? Just right click, just hit right click and hit this run. It is showing to me that no module name NetMiko. It means that although the NetMiko is there in my database, I need to install the NetMiko in IDE as well. I need to, because it is like, let me show you the topology. Here it is like, guys, see, this is your local PC. Here you have download NetMiko, right? And here only we have download our Python 3.0, right? But we have to deal with what? We have to deal with IDE, which is PyCharm, right? This is your PyCharm. I need to tell PyCharm that I also want to communicate with NetMiko, right? So here in IDE also, we need to install this NetMiko. How to install it in the PyCharm? Just go to file, just go to settings, and here in the Python interpreter, we already have this install button name as plus. Just hit plus and just write NetMiko here. I got it. Just hit install package over here. Let's wait for a few seconds. And see, the specified version is what? 3.4.0, which is already there in my system. So let's wait. And now package Netmiko installed successfully. That's fine. Now perfect. Now see, now there is no error, right? So this is what a first step of importing a Netmiko file, right? Import connect handler. Now let's move ahead. So in our in our basic data types, we have to deal with variable first. I'll tell you what is variable first. So guys, variable means it's just a box, or we can say a location in the memory in the Python database, right? So this area, what is my variable is like, I just told you, which is just a box. So how to declare that variable? There are some restrictions to create a variable. Although we have almost an 15 to 20-minute topic on variable, there are different types, but right now I'll just giving you the brief idea about variable is. So declaration of variable is very simple. It is just like a is equal to 2. It means that a is a name of variable, right? And 2 is the data inside this variable, right? So this is what the variable declaration is, and this is the variable type. So what type of data we're gonna store in this variable? Known as data type. So we have to study what are the types of data types we have in Python, right? So it could be integer data type, it could be string data type. We're gonna study that in our future classes. So we just know that how to declare the variable. Now let's use this variable. Cisco device, I'm giving a name to my variable. I can give any name to variable, but we have to follow the guidelines, right? So we're gonna study that in our regular classes. Now, as I told you, we have to deal with list, tuple, and dictionaries, right? So here we're gonna use dictionaries. So guys, usually dictionary is like we have to declare dictionaries curly braces, right? And we need to give a data inside this dictionary. Data means what? Which type of data we need to perform? We need to give what is our device type. We're gonna use it. What is the IP address of that device? What is the username of that device while doing SSH? What is the password of that device while doing SSH? What is the port number? Although I told you that Netmiko we works on just on SSH, it's an optional thing. You can give port 22 to this dictionary or not. That will be fine. Let's write that now, and we'll give you the live idea. So dictionary is like in the curly braces. Just write in the colon, right? So if you're writing anything in the colon, guys, if you're writing anything in the colon, name as string data type, right? If you're writing number, just like 22, right? So 22 is just an integer data type. We did not need to write this 22 in colon, right? Here I'm just giving device type, then key colon, and what is the device type that I have? Type. Device type is what? Cisco IOS, right? This is my device type. Enter. Again, let's give IP address. Colon. What is this colon is for? What is this pair is for? Is known as key value pair, guys. In the dictionary, we have to deal with this key and this is the value. Always dictionary always follow key value pair, right? So this is what I'm, and hence I'm giving IP colon and the value. What is the value of what is the IP that I have to give? Let me check the IP of this device. What is the IP we have? 192.168.1.221. Let's write 192.168.1.221. This is the IP address. Now you can observe, guys, here there is a red lines are coming, which means that there is an error in our line, right? So the syntax we need to follow, right? There is a syntax is mean like the program which is already created, we need to follow the same. It is not if I write IP1 and if I run the code, I'll get an error because IP is already created by Python developer. We need to write the same name over here, right? And same, the syntax is like we need to write comma.
When I hit comma, see the red line will go, right? Again, let's hit comma, enter. Now what I need username, right? Again, colon, the value of the username I already set up is Dheeraj in my device. Again, what I need a password, colon, password I have set already via SSH is Cisco, right? Comma. Now I need is port. Now here, via for port, I'm not going to write that port in double colon. I'll just write 22. Right? That's it. I do not want to deal with many things over here. Now this is declaration of my particular data of my particular device, right? Again, I'm gonna create one more variable name as connection. You can write any name according to your choice. Now here, I need to call a connect handler function. Now connect handler class. Now I just told you in the NetMiko, I have connect handler class. I just need to call that class because I need to connect to my device. Here I just write information of my device, right? I didn't deal with how to connect and all. So for connecting, I need to call the connect handler class. How to call it? Just write name, connect handler. And as soon as I write connect handler, you can have a look of this line. The line will turn to dark, right? Earlier it was faint. It means that I am using connect handler in my particular code. Here I need to provide, or I need to give a device data. So where we have stored our device data, I have stored my device data in Cisco device variable. So in Cisco device, as I told you, it will gonna create a variable. In this variable, this entire data will gonna store device type is equal to Cisco device, IP is equal to 1.221, username is the Cisco, password is Cisco and all, right? So I need to unpack this each and every data. So how to unpack? For that, we need to use function argument. So functions argument we're gonna see in our class. As I told you, 40% is a function, 40% is your dictionaries and all, right? So in this 40%, we need to study what is Quarks argument, right? So here, how to use Quarks is like star star, just like star star and Cisco device. Because in the Cisco device, we have stored this entire dictionary, right? This entire data. So once, guys, you write this star star Cisco device, this connect handler will unpack. What it will do, it will unpack your dictionary. How to unpack the dictionary? It means like it will convert this. The dictionary is like device type is equal to Cisco iOS. Forget about spellings for a moment. Now IP is equal to 1.221. Now username is equal to what? Dheeraj. It will deal with that. So why we are writing star star? Why we are not writing just like this only over here, that device type is equal to Cisco iOS, right? Comma IP address is equal, IP is equal to what? The IP address I can provide right over here. Why we are not writing like that? See, guys, it's fine. If rather than creating a dictionary, it's fine, you can write over here. But what if you have multiple devices? So at that time, you will need to unpack. It will be a huge task to change each and every data type over here, right? And hence we are using those Quarks. Simple method, just write star star and the name of the variable, name as what? Cisco device. That's fine. Okay, now up till here, I hope I'm clear up till here. So up till here, let me show you the process in the background. If you run this code, what it will go. Let me open my putty. And here we have right star Cisco device. It means that it will gonna unpack this data. So what is the data that we have? The IP address 192.168.1.221. Let me try to ping that first. We need to check the connectivity, guys, first from our local machine 192.168.1.221. Okay, I can able to ping that particular device, right? So let me do SSH. So here SSH, just click on SSH, open. Now it is asking me for login ID and password. We have already given login ID. Let's say Dheeraj, and the password is Cisco. Okay, I'm here. Now I'm here. So up till this line, I'll be here up till this point. Now from that, I need to send, suppose, a command to get show IP interface brief, right? I want this output will come automatically via my program code, right? So for that, we have to use a command named as send command. So what send command will do? Connection. Right now, my variable is stored in what? This SSH. I just did SSH via connect handler. This SSH is gonna stored in what? Connection. So guys, remember, always remember, if a is equal to 2, it means that the value of 2 is going to assign to a. So what this equal to sign will do? The right value will get assigned to the left. Always remember, the whatever the value which is assigned to the right will gonna assign or will gonna stored in the variable assigned to the left, written over to the left. Here the same. I just did SSH. All the SSH my variable or the data of this SSH will gonna save in connection. And now for the future purpose, I will just use this connection. Now just write connection dot send command, means whatever the SSH that you have, whatever the device that you did just now SSH, for that just send the command to that particular device. And here send the command. What command I need to send? Interface, sorry, show IP interface brief, right? This is the command I need to store. Okay, I have sent that command, but at the time, there could be a time we need to get the output, right? So for getting the output, what you can do is you can print those data, right? Right now we are just sending the command, but sending command will not work. We need to get, or we need to see the output as well. So for viewing the output in the PyCharm or in the Python, we always use print, right? So here, what I will do in front of this command, I'll just write print, right? So starting bracket and the ending bracket. If I write print, guys, now the data, whatever the output of this show IP interface brief will get printed in front of me, right? Okay, now we done with SSH. We have sent the command, but we always keep in mind we need to follow the exit, right? We need to come out of the device as well. So for that, we already have a set of command with you. So just write connect, which is connection dot disconnect, right? Simple command. Now it will come outside of the loop. Now my program will looks fine, right? It will run as usual and it will give me the output. Let's run the code. Go to right click, hit run demo and run it. Let's see the output, guys. See, I'm getting the output within a second. I'm getting the output, right? Now in the background, it will do the SSH and it will give me the output. But there is one thing I just want to tell you guys about this send command in NetMiko. Guys, send command will just send the command irrespective of the mode. We all knows we have 3 modes: enable mode, privilege execution mode, global configuration mode, right? We all knows about this modes we have in our device, right? So here it will just send a command, right? Suppose if I change the particular command to show run, let's run the code. See, right now you can also run your code via clicking this button. So we already have button over here. Just hit run and show run will show in front of you. See, this is the output of show run. Now you can store this output in any which format you want. You can store this in any file, any Excel file, any text file and all, right? So as I told you, the send command will just send you the command irrespective of the mode. So on this particular switch, guys, I have configured. Let me log into that switch one more time to show you. See, I'm here. I have configured enable password. Here, I didn't configure the enable password. So as soon as I log into this device, it is not asking me for the enable password. But here in this, if I write enable, it is showing, it is asking me for the password. So I have assigned a Cisco password to the same, the enable password. And then it will come to the next particular mode, right? So as I told you, send command will just send the command. So let me replace the IP. Right now, I'll just replace the IP. So what is the IP of this switch? Now 192.168.1.230. Let me replace this IP. Let's replace by 230. And let's run the code. Oh, I'm getting an error. So it is the error for what? 220, because by mistake I did a mistake over here that rather than 22 I just write 220. Let me remove that. Let's run it. See, oh, I'm getting an error. I'm not getting the output. I should get the output of show run, right? So right now I'm just getting invalid input detected. It means that here my command is sending, but the reason is this command is sending in what? In which mode? Let me show you. Let me go to PuTTY. Here 192.168.1.230. Go to SSH, open it. Let me write my login, which is Dheeraj, which is the password is Cisco, right? Okay, I'm here, and here I'm sending a command as show run. See, I'm getting error, right? I need to enable that device too, right? So for that, what I'll do, I will change my code accordingly, right, guys? So let's change our code. So for entering into the enable mode, guys, first we need to give the enable password, right? The secret password. So here I'm just adding one more tab and writing secret, and my secret password is Cisco, right? So although I have given a secret password, see, again, it is red line. It means we have done some mistake. So here there should be a colon, right? And a single quote, right? So now the error will go out. Now here, let's run it. Now we have given a secret password. Let me run that code and let's see the output. Oh, again the same. Why? Because I'll give you the error. I'll show you what is happening. Although we are giving this secret password right now, what is happening is we just stored this secret password into Cisco device, the variable name as Cisco device. But what is happening is we didn't tell Python to go to the enable mode. So guys, for going to the enable mode, we have one command named as connection.enable, right? Just need to execute this. So as soon as the command, you will write this command, it will hit enable and it will take this password, right? Now let's run the code and let's see if we are getting output or not. See, right now I'm getting my output. So this is the funda of send command, and we need to deal with that. We have to cross check our errors and all. So this is a one type of program. Now let's move to another program. Suppose you need to create a VLAN, right? You need to create, suppose, let's say, will not take much VLAN. Let's say 5 VLAN, right? For example, you need to create a 5 VLAN in our device, on our device. So how to do that? So one type is here. What I'll write, send command. Okay, because I was just thinking that if it is the unit, I need to tell you one more command and all, but that's fine. I'll give you that as well here in the demo class. So here, let me give you the modes logic first. So guys, I told you send command will work irrespective of the mode, right? Whatever the mode in front of the send command, it will just send the command, right? But what if we need to deal with this configuration, global configuration mode? So for that, we already have command name as send config set, right? If you write this command, it will the code, whatever that you are writing, it will directly send to this particular switch, right? So we're gonna see that how to create the VLAN. Now, before that, let's make a plan. First, what we need device details, right? We have to deal with what? We have to deal with, we need to create a VLAN. So we need to create 5 VLANs, right? Third, so there should be, we need to connect to the SSH as well, and we need to disconnect from SSH as well. So these are 3-4 steps we need to perform. So I'm not going to change anything in this code because the device detail will remain same. This will remain same. Enable will remain same. So up till here, it's same. Now from here, I'll just change my code. Now we can do like, I just told you that connection dot send config set. Here, guys, you need to tell, or you need to give the command. So what is the command we need to give for creating the VLAN? Just write VLAN 1, right? This is the first step. Now let me copy this because we need to give name to that VLAN as well, right? Here, I will just write name. Let's give VLAN name as Python 2, right? Do not create VLAN 1. Let's create from VLAN 2, right? And I need to create another VLAN as well. So copy, paste, right? So let's change the numbers now. It's a VLAN 2, VLAN 3, name 3. Don't worry, I have a solution for this as well. How to create 5 VLAN 5, right? So here we are creating VLAN, right? So how to get output of this, guys? We all knows for getting the output we have to use what? We have to use print command, right? So what I'll do is I will just send the command to get the output. Dot send command. Now send command, what it will do? Send command will just to send command. So guys, always remember that send config set will do you 2 tasks for you. It will enter into the global configuration mode, and it will exit the configuration. It will exit from this mode as well automatically. Now, whatever the task we're going to assign to this send config set, it will perform that, it will come back. It will perform that, it will come back. Just like this command will work. We need to give exit and all. And after coming back, we just need to send the command. So what command I need to send? Let's say show VLAN, right? I just need to print the output of this. So what I'll do is in front of that, I'll just write print. Right? That's it. Now I'm just creating the VLAN. So before that, just go to our switch and let's say show VLAN. Okay, I don't have any sorry, VLAN like 2, 3, 4 and all. Let's run the code. It is running in background now, right? Let's wait for the output. There is something happening in between. See, right now, this is the output of show VLAN. And here you can see, guys, the VLAN 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been created, right? And here as well, see, I have go to this connection, configured console and all. If we now run the command name as show VLAN, see, now 2, 3, 4 has been created. But what if, guys, I need to create 25 VLANs? So I need to write this particular code 25 times? No, this is not the way to automate, right? So for iterating the things, for repeating the things, to use the VLAN, this command repetitively, we have to use loops, right? So what loops will do? Loops will now reduce the time, whatever you need. It will now create one VLAN at a time automatically. We need not need to write this 3 codes, right? So we're gonna see that. So for that, we're gonna use for loop. Don't worry, we have covered this entire thing in our regular classes, what is for loop, how to use for loop and all. So here I'll just write for loop in range, right? So this is the syntax, guys. I'll going to tell I want VLAN range from starting from 2 and ending, let's say, let's create a VLAN 10, right? So it will start from 2 and it will create a VLAN up till 10. But guys, here there is a catch. You need to write starting, which is 2, and ending should be n plus 1, right? So here I need to create 10 VLAN, I need to write 11 over here. So I'll just replace this 10, I'll just write 11. And here the commands will be same. Just write net, sorry, not net, connection. And this n is like a local variable. So we have a concept of local and global. This is a temporary variable. For now, you can just like, this is a temporary variable, which the life of this temporary variable, which work inside this loop only. It will not work outside of this loop. Now let's write connection dot send config set. Now send config set. Here I just need to write VLAN. Now I do not want to write 1, 2, 3 manually. I have created a range function. So here what I'll do, I will just concatenate the plus sign, which is meant by concatenate means it will stick. It will attach together, right? Concatenate means attaching the numbers. So what is the first number that I have? N, right? Which is in the string format. Don't worry if you're not getting the point, we'll clear that in regular classes. Although you don't know the concept of for and all right now, so that's the reason you're getting this. You could get the issues in between. So, and let's paste it because I need to give name as well, right? So what I'll do, I'll just write name Python and underscore, right? That's it. This is only the thing that we need to write, right? And let's run the code now. We have up till what? Up till 5 VLAN we have. Let's check. We have to get 10 VLANs now. Okay, here, see guys, here I'm inside the switch. I think I'm done. See, oh, we got an error. Means it's not an error actually. The VLANs is not been created, so we need to fix that, right? Here, let's show VLAN. See, only 5 VLANs are there. We need to fix this issue. How to fix it? Let's check line by line. Send config set VLAN, this particular thing. Let me check that. Print hi. So it is like I am checking that my cursor is going inside or not. Let me do that. Hi, it means that hi. See, it is running one by one now. Okay, so my concept is clear. I know what is the error. We need to create a list over here. That is the reason it is not taking one command. What I'll do is list. So list is, guys, list is just like a parameter that where we can store our command, right? So here what I'll write is I'll just give this entire thing. I'll just write this thing into the list. Print. Don't worry, I'll gonna cover this part in our main classes. Cut, paste. Okay, that's it. What is the error now? Let me clear those errors. Here there is no need of this. Here there is need of this. Okay, that's fine. And now here what I'll do is I'll just pass list 1. Simple, right? So here I'm storing the details. I'm sending the data. That's it. Now let me check one more time my code. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Let's run the code. Let me check the name that I have given. Okay, that's fine. Let's run. Let's wait for the output. It will now, we'll get output in the background. See, though it is not taking the output. Let me check. Let's go to the config mode, guys, and VLAN 2. Okay, name, sorry, VLAN 2 is already there, right? So let's try it. VLAN 4. 4 is already there. Let's try 6. Name. And that's it. Let's end. Let's write show VLAN. Okay, it is there. It means that something we need to fix over here. Config set 1. It's fine. I think everything looks good for me. Let me fix that. Let me check one by one. Let's print list 1. We'll just take 3 minutes. If it is not, then we will think of, because see, for running a program, guys, you need to troubleshoot. You need to know how to troubleshoot. If okay, I'll deliver this code to you. You need to troubleshoot further. How to troubleshoot this code, right? Let's run the code. Let's see the list 1. What will be in the list 1? Okay. Okay, I got it, and that's the reason it is not taking it. We have to follow one more type over here, but if I'm going to cover, it will gonna take almost 30 minutes. So right now we need to cover that list part as well as tuple over here. So I do not want to go with that in the demo session, because the time of the demo session will get increased. But yes, with the help of for loop, we can automate these things, right? So that's it about from my end, guys. And right now I'll going to open the forum, or I'll gonna unmute you all for the questions, right? So with it, and all guys, you can unmute the team so they can ask me the questions for the classes. We can stop the recording now. Guys, are you here? Okay. Okay, let me check if someone is here or not. Hemu, guys, can you just unmute all participants, please? Can someone try to unmute this yourself, please? Okay, let me stop the recording first, guys. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now you can unmute yourself, guys.
Hi, sir.
Hello, Dheeraj.
Hey, hi, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
I have one query actually. While creating a VLAN, actually, you also put that VLAN name, and after that, in output, the VLAN name also not getting over there.
Actually, see, the reason is why the VLAN name is not getting is like see here there is a glitch of image. The image that I have, I need to fix that image first, and then we'll get that image. Actually, I have, see, although we are not going to buy a image from the Cisco, right? It will be cost almost $200. So we are we all are using the images which is available, or the crack images we can say. So we have to deal with that first, and then we'll do that.
Okay.
Any other doubts, guys?
Dheeraj, this is I just want to check if you do with Juniper as well, or
For Juniper devices, yeah, we can do it. See, guys, concept will be same. The concept that we have to deal with it will be same. You just need to know, because you are a master of Junipers, right? So the concept is you just need to know what are the commands which is going to run on a Juniper. The syntax or the object will be the same. Getting it?
yeah. And I have another question. If I have to, there are situations where in organizations we do use, and we need to pull some routing tables within the VRF. Do you cover something like that as well?
Yes. See, here we have almost 10 to 12 labs in every particular library. So here I can show you. See, BGP neighbors and all the VRFs and all, we're gonna deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the labs for particular those scenarios.
Hi, Dhiraj. Thanks for your session today. I have one query about this one. Say Cisco is more common to everyone, so people are more well aware about the commands. Okay. Say if we are going for an Palo Alto and an F5, most of the people are working to an GUI. Okay. So if are you expecting that if you want to run a script for the GUI based devices, so do you want us to need a understanding about the CLI commands? Like say for example, if I just wanted to see the we will run like the list LPM virtual name.
Hemu,
so
you want to answer this question?
Yeah, please. Go ahead, please. Who was there? Who was asking?
This is Ganesh.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So most of them are using a GUI for FI and Palo Alto.
We will be doing SGK, and it will be using SGK module. So we will be using SGK. So could you go with module 5, Mr. DP?
Yeah.
So we'll be using REST APIs with SGK.
Okay, so this will help us to resolve these items through GUI, right? It is not necessary to learn the CLI commands of F5.
That will be done by F5 Python automation. So see, we will be creating pools not by GUI. It will be Python automation scripts we'll be using for it.
Okay.